In the early hours before dawn on Sunday morning, the terror organization of Hezbollah had its plan in place, a massive attack on the state of Israel. 6,000 missiles and drones were ready for launch. The timers were set for 5 a.m., and nothing could thwart their plans. Or could there? What happened next showed the greatest offensive move by Israel against Hezbollah since they attacked Israel on October 8th, totally blowing Hezbollah's plan out of the water. The only casualties from the now foiled attack from Hezbollah were a couple of chickens. All this and more on today's show. I'm Josiah, and this is the Israel Guys. Welcome to the Israel Guys, where we believe that in a world of Jew hatred and anti-Israel propaganda, you should have a direct connection to the land and people of Israel. Thank you guys for watching, tuning into what is happening in Israel today. Make sure, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. The Israel Guys, we'd really, really appreciate it. And hit that notification bell. Helps us get more videos out to the world. So, major things have been happening here in Israel and in the region just over the weekend. Israel launched a massive preemptive strike on Hezbollah in southern Lebanon early Sunday morning. We woke up to the news yesterday morning that Israel, using more than 100 aircraft, struck more than 40 targets, almost simultaneously destroying thousands of rockets, rocket launchers, and drones that were all poised to attack Israel. Now, many of the rocket launchers were actually aimed at northern Israel, and Hezbollah claims that they were aimed at military targets, but they were aimed in Israel's northern area. Many of the launches were actually aimed at central Israel, showing that the Hezbollah also had intentions of attacking the population center of Tel Aviv, Haifa, the whole area, Netanya, and South Tel Aviv. That whole area, even potentially having Ben Gurion Airport in its sights for an attack. Now, Iran has been pressuring Hezbollah for a serious attack on Israel for a while now, and it seems like the terror organization of Hezbollah is finally trying as hard as they can and it seems like yesterday they had a big attack ready to attack Israel and try to bring them to its knees. Now, Hezbollah, the IDF estimates they destroyed 6,000 rockets. So basically, Hezbollah had these rocket launchers all in place. They had the timer set to launch at 5 a.m. towards Israel. And now it's unclear whether they were going to be able to fire all 6,000 rockets at the same time, or they had that arsenal ready in order to shoot, massive barrages that would overwhelm Israel's defense systems. If indeed they were able to shoot 6,000 rockets, even potentially less, 3,000, 1,000 rockets at one time, that would potentially overwhelm Israel's defense systems, would not be able to take all those rockets out of the air with the Iron Dome, thus creating a very, very serious situation for the citizens of Israel. By the way, Hezbollah has fired some 6,700 rockets, according to the IDF, at Israel since it began attacking Israel on October 8th. Now, Hezbollah is claiming that this attack was in retaliation for the assassination of a top Hezbollah commander, Fuad Shukr, which happened just about a month ago, as well as when Israel assassinated Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran. Hezbollah is claiming this is the retaliation for that attack. The truth is, Israel has been at a war with Hezbollah since October 8th. And many people are talking about, when Hezbollah attacks or when Iran attacks. But guys, Israel is already in a war with Hezbollah, with Iran, via the means of Hezbollah as its proxy in the area. And it's a major war. There's over 60,000 Israeli residents have been displaced from their homes in northern Israel since October 8th. 60,000. Where are people talking about in the world when they talk about what Israel is doing in Gaza? What are they talking about Hezbollah doing to citizens inside the nation of Israel in the north? 60,000 residents, even more than that. 70,000 residents have been displaced from their homes, aren't able to go home, and a lot of their homes have been destroyed now from rockets and projectiles coming over the border from Lebanon. Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th. Hezbollah, for no reason other than their hatred towards Israel and their goal to annihilate the state of Israel, attacked Israel on October 8th. And Israel has been fighting a multi-front war, but specifically a two-front war in the north and down in south with Gaza since October 8th. Now, after the strike carried out the preemptive strike by Israel's Air Force on these rocket launchers that were poised to attack Israel at 5 a.m. yesterday morning. Hezbollah launched some at least 200 rockets at targets in northern Israel. And they soon after put out a statement praising their attack on Israel. They made no mention of the IDF's preemptive strike on their positions, and they claimed that they launched 340 rockets at Israel. And so this is clearly Hezbollah trying to Israel found out our plan and they attacked us. Let's launch what we have left at Israel and claim that this was what exactly we were trying to do. And actually, the Secretary General of Hezbollah, interestingly enough, came out and said that Israel's strike was a made-up story and that their attack was by no means thwarted, saying, we only planned to attack Israel with 300 rockets. And the IDF surely didn't hit any of our rocket launchers inside of southern Lebanon, which obviously is a big, fat lie. The horrific Hamas massacre of over 1,200 Israelis on October 7th was not just an attack on the Jewish people. It was an attack on the Bible itself. As anti-Israel hatred spills into the streets worldwide, an unholy alliance of Islamic jihadists and anti-Bible woke progressives has united to wage war against God's word. Israel and the Jews are first. America and Christians are next. That's why my friend Rabbi Elie Michel's new book, The War Against the Bible, Ishmael, Esau, and Israel at the End Times, is a must-read for every Bible believer. Rabbi Michel takes a deep dive into the prophecies of the Bible to explain current events and humanity's rebellion against the one true God. This book will steel your resolve to fight for the Bible's truth and be watchmen for salvation who stand up to the lies and darkness. Get your copy of The War Against the Bible today by clicking the link in the description below and join the fight for God, Israel, and the soul of America. So yesterday morning, massive attack planned on Israel. The IDF, through intelligence sources, and I believe strongly through the hand of God, was able to thwart this attack and prevent a great catastrophe from happening inside the nation of Israel. Guys, it was a little bit tense in the nation yesterday. The airport announced that they were delaying flights for several hours, and they were redirecting incoming flights to Ben Gurion Airport to other nearby countries. Thankfully, after several hours, I think by noon or 1 o'clock, the airport had reopened as far as allowing flights to go out. But many flights were canceled and even delayed yesterday, and I'm sure that will create issues for the next several days coming in and out of Israel. The IDF, the defense minister, actually put out an emergency situation for the next 48 hours, and I believe a lot of those restrictions have actually already been lifted as the situation continues to progress here in Israel, and things have calmed down just a little bit. The U.S. Speaker of the House had a great response, I thought, to this to the IDF's strike in Hezbollah, in southern Lebanon against Hezbollah. U.S. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, posted this on X. He said, quote, Israel's preemptive strike against Hezbollah saved countless innocent lives and demonstrates why the Biden-Harris administration must expedite weapons shipment to Israel and finally implement the new sanctions on Iran that Congress passed this spring. Iran and its terror groups must be held accountable. I agree 100% with Mike Johnson. Iran must be held accountable because ultimately they are behind these proxy terror groups, Hamas and Hezbollah, and even the Houthis in Yemen. They are behind all these groups, funding them, giving them weapons to attack Israel. And unfortunately, the Biden administration has done very little, if anything, to stop Iran from actually being able to fund and supply these terror proxies with weapons and cash. Now, new sanctions passed by Congress need to be implemented by the Biden administration because this is what will help, if not continue the path towards making sure that Iran does not have nuclear weapons, making sure that Iran is not able to accomplish their goal, public stated goal of annihilating Israel and annihilating the United States of America. So before we end the show, I wanted to just point out a few things, a little bit more humorous outcomes of yesterday's events, the preemptive strike and also Hezbollah's attack after that. It's kind of funny because it's like it was a scrambling attack. Hezbollah was like, let's scramble and let's shoot some rockets at Israel because they just completely thwarted our entire massive attack plan against the nation of Israel. One of the rockets fired from Hezbollah actually hit a chicken coop in northern Israel, sparking many people on social media, including actually many Arab users, to start mocking Hezbollah. A lot of AI images surfaced on X, including this one of Hassan Nasrallah riding a giant chicken and posing as the mascot for KFC. I thought these were extremely humorous and a great way to actually humiliate the terrorists who are trying to attack and wipe out the state of Israel. Also, this AI image somebody created showed a whole line of chicken new recruits for the IDF, chicken soldiers boarding an El Al flight to go fight against Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. Interestingly enough, some Arab social media users are also mocking the failed attack by Hezbollah. A Syrian user named Khaled posted on his X. He posted this on his X. He said, quote, "The chicken massacre was not a coincidence, but a strategic plan. The goal? To prevent the opponents and enemies of the resistance from gloating after every bombing and saying, they didn't even hurt a chicken. Hezbollah finished off the chickens and chicks with premeditation and deliberation in order to deprive us the pleasure of joking and mocking its response and missiles," end quote. So obviously you can see the very satirical mocking of the attack, the failed attack against Israel, even though Hezbollah was still able to shoot at least 200, maybe even 300 rockets into the nation of Israel. Yeah, they did hit a chicken coop, and many chickens were killed in that attack. Let's hope that in the future, that is all Hezbollah will be able to harm inside the nation of Israel, is the chickens in the chicken coop. Guys, thank you for watching today's show. If you like today's show, please consider subscribing to the Israel Guys, hitting that notification bell so you never miss one of our episodes. We're coming out multiple times a week with what is happening here in the nation of Israel. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. We love interacting with you down there in the comments. And as always, stop listening to the lies and propaganda and start connecting to the truth of what is happening in Israel. Godspeed.